Pandas, multiple conditions while indexing data frame, unexpected behavior. I am filtering rows in a data frame by values in 2 columns. For some reason the OR operator behaves like I would expect an operator to behave and vice versa. My test code. And the result. As you can see, the AND operator drops every row in which at least one value equals -1. On the other hand, the OR operator requires both values to be equal to -1 to drop them. I would expect exactly the opposite result. Could anyone explain this behavior? I am using Pandas 0.13.1.
As you can see, the AND operator drops every row in which at least one value equals -1. On the other hand, the OR operator requires both values to be equal to -1 to drop them. That's right. Remember that you're writing the condition in terms of what you want to keep, not in terms of what you want to drop. For df1, you're saying keep the rows in which df.a isn't -1 and df.b isn't -1, which is the same as dropping every row in which at least one value is -1. For df2, you're saying keep the rows in which either df.a or df.b is not -1, which is the same as dropping rows where both values are -1. PS, chain access like dfa1 equals -1 can get you into trouble. It's better to get into the habit of using .lock and .illoc.
Late answer, but you can also use query, for example.
A little mathematical logic theory here. Not A and not B is the same as not A or B, so a not -1 and B not -1 is equivalent of not A is -1 or B is -1, which is opposite, complement, of A is -1 or B is -1. So if you want exact opposite result, df1 and df2 should be as below.
You can try the following.
Use parenthesis. If you arrived at this page because the filtering operation didn't give the correct answer even though the conditions are logically correct, then the first thing to check is whether you used parenthesis to separate conditions. For example, if you wanted to filter out rows where the values in columns A and B are not equal to -1, then writing the following code would produce a completely unexpected output simply because and/vertical bar have higher precedence than comparison operators like not equals / equals etc. You can get the correct output by evaluating each condition separately via parentheses. NB at Pedro's answer, which uses query, eliminates this need because in the numerical expression evaluated in query, comparison operators are in fact evaluated before and or etc. Writing correct logical expressions. By De Morgan's laws, I, the negation of a union is the intersection of the negations, and 2, the negation of an intersection is the union of the negations, i.e. if the aim is to drop every row in which at least one value equals -1. You can either use an operator to identify the rows to keep or use OR operator to identify the rows to drop. On the other hand, if the aim is to drop every row in which both values equal -1, You do the exact opposite. Either use OR operator to identify the rows to keep or use AND operator to identify the rows to drop.